Hey, what's up everyone? I decided to choose the Helix Nebula as the background for this video, which is also the background for my channel's profile picture. So you'll probably recognize this from my channel's profile as well. But I just thought it would make a good background for this video and this topic of discussion. The topic of discussion for this video is, as usual, going to be the Mandela effect. It's going to be regarding these shifts, these changes, or these, whatever you want to call it. It is this on a quantum level, these things that are happening. But I would like to hear from you all. What was your first aha moment? What was your first aha? This is happening. This is real. This phenomenon is something that cannot be denied. See, when I first looked up this phenomenon, well, when I first found out about it, it was several years ago. A few months before I created my YouTube channel, discussing all of these things that I go through and all the changes that I notice. I first ran upon this on a forum, personally. I believe it was on Reddit, which was where an individual discussed a topic known as the Mandela effect. And the first one was regarding the Berenstain Bears. That was the very first aha moment that something is wrong. But the thing is, when I first seen it on there, I was reading about something that had always fascinated me to begin with: alternate and parallel universes, and manipulating of reality, and manipulating of on a subatomic level, the micro quantum world and the macro quantum world, and how it's subject to manipulation, and all of these the possibilities of these other timelines, other dimensions, other realities, other everything, all of this, or the light and dark forces, and on a grand scale manipulating with existence. There are multiple theories as to what's causing this, but the thing is, I mean, there's so many things happening now that it can't be ignored. But that was my first aha moment that I had, was the Berenstain Bears. And at that time, I didn't think as much of it. I did, but I just I seen it on the forum, on this Reddit forum, and I read that the popular theory, which really wasn't even super popular at that time, was alternate universes, parallel universes merging of timelines. And I'm not saying that's what this 100% is at all. That's just one theory. That's just one out of many theories individuals have. But and then when I seen that, I sort of brushed it off, and I was like, well, I don't have time to read all of that right now, and I moved on. But then it started circulating in my mind again, and I started thinking about, well, what if that is the reason for that particular difference? And I started remembering during my childhood when it shifted over to, I would be watching it on TV, and it was the Berenstain Bears, the song would change. And I was wondering, I didn't think a lot about it at the time. I was watching the show with my granny in her bedroom, and on her old antenna TV, it was one of those TVs with the dials, and that TV lasted for a very long time. That TV and her radio, both, that TV, not in her radio, but that TV and her phone in her bedroom, both went out the day she passed away. And I have some interesting stories of what happened, what else strange happened when my granny passed away. In December of 2005, rest in peace to her, we were very close, and I know she's still with me and still with us. Her energy still remains. But the thing is about that that memory, back to the ME phenomenon. That was one of the first changes that I actually put under this phenomenon, under this name, labeled under this name. I still didn't think as much of it, but then I started pondering on it, and I thought, that is fascinating. And the possibility of this, which is something that has fascinated me all my life, since my childhood. And I used to discuss things about how other beings vibrate at a higher state, even when I should not have known that information. I discussed that with my granny, my mama, and I would talk about this with my parents. I said that these other beings, like the beings that we would see, the alien beings, the UFOs, these crafts, these other things that we would see, I said these higher conscious beings vibrate at a higher state, at a higher rate, and their consciousness is much higher evolved than ours. It's much higher, at a much higher state, so the time goes by quicker, and it goes by at a different rate, so they are much, much ahead of our time. And that's what I used to discuss. And I had information about end times and the end of the age and prophecy, biblical prophecy especially. I had information about, in my mind, I had this information about in celestial, heavenly bodies, the universe. I was obsessed with the universe and space and everything. Anything regarding the universe, I would just pull out the encyclopedias and I would be reading at 5, 6 years old, reading about space and about things like that. And in the library in elementary school, when I was supposed to be reading other books, I just couldn't get myself to do it. And I was reading books about the universe and looking at pictures, and I was like, that's what I'm connected to. I said, that is what I'm one with, the universe, and there's a family of connection out there with me, and I'm connected with this. I mean, I just felt it. And how could someone feel something like that as a child if it's not true? But that's, I'm going to share that in another video. But that's separate from this discussion of asking you what was your first aha moment. But not really separate, but it is at the same time. My question, though, is, what was your first aha moment? Mine was the Berenstain Bears. Well, also Chick-fil-A, because I have specific memories regarding that as well, with just the C. Again, it's different and varies from individual to individual, but person to person. But the thing is, when I was a child, that was just something that resonated with me. That's all I could focus on. The universe, space, this higher consciousness, the higher vibrational energies, and where my soul, my spirit is from, my energy is. I just feel that it's like I was connected with the celestial heavenly bodies of the universe. I was connected with the universe and the knowledge of with God and with our source. And I had detailed knowledge about just things that I should not have possibly known without being taught at 4, 5, 6 years old, about not just biblical prophecy and the coming of Jesus Christ, but also just about the universe, space, and everything, the celestial beings, and I've experienced so much. But that's back off track, sort of, again. Teachers and the principals and everyone never got that. They never understood me. That's something I've never shared online. They never understood me. My parents did. My parents do. They knew I was different. They knew I'm different in that sort of way, that I was connected with the spiritual connection and the universal connection. I knew things beyond what I should know. And a few teachers did. A few teachers tried to understand me, and they knew that I was different, but there was nothing they could do about it. They knew that I was different as far as this connection with all of that. I've never really shared this online at all, so it's a bit overwhelming. But I just decided I would add that in there with what was your first aha moment with this Mandela effect phenomenon, this quantum shifting effect, whatever term you want to define it under. What was your first aha moment with this? Mine was, I used to watch the Berenstain Bears with Granny in her bedroom, like I stated. In one moment, it started shifting over. And all the books in school and everything were different. So when I seen that on a forum, I thought about it, and I thought about my childhood, and I thought, maybe so. I'll put that out there as one possible plausible theory. And so I started reading into it, and things have happened to me that should not possibly have happened. I'll state that as well. But then I started discussing it with another individual, and then I got the guts up to make a YouTube channel. I got the guts up to start doing videos, and I believe the first video I did was Cracker Jacks. And oddly enough, one of the first videos that I didn't do was the Berenstain Bears. That's one of the ones that I never really did cover as much in detail. I probably will in a separate video and actually give more detail on the story and the experience, and we started discussing that, this other individual and I, and then I found more friends on this channel, and I thought it was amazing when I made it up to 40 subscribers, and I was like, that I had that many friends to discuss this with. And now I have all of these friends from all over this world, and it's just amazing, from all different backgrounds, all different places and understandings and thoughts and views on this, and it's just amazing that we can discuss this. But I started discussing it with those individuals, and it took off from there. And then I continued this channel, and here I am today discussing this in this video about that first aha moment when I knew something like this was definitely happening on a massive scale. But anyway, that's just some information that I decided to share with you all, and some personal information. So some of it took a lot to share on here, and I'm going to finally do it. I'm going to finally share these experiences and these stories with you all. You all mean a lot to me. You mean a lot to all of us, and I send much love and peace and love to you all. Thank you for everything. I'm going to try to continue making videos and sharing my personal experiences with you all and any MEs I find or would like to discuss. So thank you for everything, from the very beginning up to now. As always, I send much love. I'm going to end the video for now. This was some of my personal experiences, but let me know also what your first aha moment was that this phenomenon was affecting and happening to you. So, much love and peace. As always, you can email me at the email that I'll try to post below. And you can also share your comments in the comment section below with me. And also, you can message me on YouTube. So, much love, and I thank you for watching, and I hope to speak with you again very soon. You all mean a lot to me. Much love. Peace. Bye.